Hello everybody and welcome. I'm just here in my studio and I just thought I'd show you the progress that I've been able to accomplish so far. In fact, we ran a workshop here this last weekend, so we are in fact kind of up and running. I think central to a good workshop space is having a really decent wedging table. And as you can see, I've got a couple of really good stout tables here. Under one there I can store some clay, and under the other I've got buckets, etc. with glaze. And also you'll notice on the floor we have that interlocking kind of foam matting, which is actually very, very nice to have around the table area where we are stood, kneading, weighing up, or fettling off on the table there, whatever we're doing. Over there beyond, you can see I've got the shelves that I put up, and then we have this. Actually, this sort of like bench unit thing with drawers, etc., was already here in this garage space. So yeah, a blackboard I have over there in the corner, which is a useful thing to have, as well as a fire extinguisher underneath down there. And over there's another little table. That table there, that's where I'll be using for doing decorating work, banding and decorating. So the space as we have it, let me just sort of pan around the camera here. You can see I've got two windows there on the left side, and then I've got the garage doors, which do give some light through, some natural light. So it's always good to have your throwing wheels near to a good natural light source if you can, I think. You may need to augment that also with the odd electric light as well, you know, in case you're out working in the evening or something like that. So again, more racking shelf space here and here, and again over there. What else? Well, we have a propane fire there, you can see, against the wall, and a large trash can, which is a useful thing to have in your pottery. You need that. Here we have the sink area, which is probably a very important part of your workshop setup. And I've got like a draining board there, which you can see. I've got a higher one and a one underneath there for storage, as well as a little shelf up above. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I don't actually have hot water here at present. I have a drainage system. This just goes out underneath through, if I can show it to you, you can see there's a pipe which goes out, you see, over there through the wall, and I've got it running alongside, outside along the outside here. I've got like down there, I've got like a flower bed down there, and it's sort of, there's a little sort of soak away area there. We're in the country here, so we're not too fussed about that. Plus I don't put too many solids down the sink. Over here you can see one of my Leach Treadle wheels there, and another one here. So what I'm going to do is, I've just got something very quickly to show you. I'll put the camera on the tripod, and there we are. Now let's ho ho ho. Hello. Hello and welcome. So what I was doing actually, I'll just show you this. You might find this useful if you've got these are some GP bowls, and very often I thumb them off on the bases to finish them. I don't really trim them. Occasionally though, like these ones have got a bit hard for thumbing off, so I'm going to put them on a wheel, and I'm going to just touch them with my trim tool. So we're just going to damp the surface of the wheel, drop him down, tap center him. Okay, now this particular one I'm going to use as do you think we'd be better if we had the camera slightly on the other side? Let's move the camera on the other side. If I can do that without too much. Alright, there we are. I'm actually using a different camera at the minute. I couldn't find my usual camera, so I'm using this camera. It's actually a better quality. Alright, so first of all you do one, you see, center him up, and then you're going to get the next one, and you're just going to simply put him over like that, you see. Just give him a gentle... Alright, now I'm going to take my trim tool, pare away the clay here, just a little bit at the base. I don't really think of it as proper trimming as such. I really think of it as skimming. Skimming. Oh yeah. And get a seal. And while he's there, we just put a seal on. Okay, so that's now just taking the line down. It's a fairly clean line on these, right the way down to the foot. Right down to the root of the pot there, where it begins. Alright, so we're going to take another one. Now you see, in this way, I'm not having to recenter each pot, because the one underneath is already centered. I do have to center this up a little bit, you see, because it can move. So you just want to make sure he's fairly central. As I'm not really removing very much clay from the side of the pot, and this is mainly all just down here at the base, you see. There he is. Another one. Another one bites the dust. I'm only doing this, you see, because just got a little bit beyond what I could comfortably do with my finger, you know. La 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 la. Dee 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 dee. So you're gonna. I mean, you know, to be honest with you. Ah, look, you see what's happened. The one underneath has got loose. To be honest with you, I don't know if it's a lot faster than just putting each one. Just putting each one face down and tap centering. But I mean, I don't know. It may be some people might find it good. That one went for 6. As you get practice, you know, at tap centering, you can do it so fast that I don't know if there's much advantage really, but I'll leave that thought with you. There he is. So, as always, any pot that's been face down on the wheel, just bear in mind the rim of the pot in case it needs, in case you want to just give it a little sponge over. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So, these, let me just swing the camera up here on this, on the shelf up there, where you can see where I've put them. Now people say to me, well Simon, what's the point of having a rolled rim, for goodness sake? You see these got a rolled rim, and I like pots with rolled rims for a number of reasons. Number one is, why do we roll a rim? Why do we bother to do it? Number one is, you've got extra thickness at the top of your pot. And whenever you look at a piece of pottery, you generally find that your eye will alight to the top of the rim here. It catches your eye, in other words. So it's nice to give it a bit of generosity there, you see. Another thing that it does, it keeps it round, stops it going out of shape. If you can keep the tops of your pots strong, they very often, you see, they will keep the shape for the rest of the pot underneath. So keeping that round is important. Another thing is, these are fired in the kiln, you see, like that, in the glaze firing. They're fired like that. Well, I hear a cat outside. She sounds like Sheena wanting to come in. And so that there makes for a good sound meeting of those two pieces together, you see. Strong, won't go out of shape, won't warp, all right? These actually are fired in the bisque firing. They're fired inside each other like that, with a little bit of sand in the bottom to take the weight through the base. All right, so they just lift it up a touch on a little bit of silica sand. And I'll build these up, say 6 or 8 high, and fire them in the bisque kiln in that way. But in the glaze firing, they're only glazed on the inside, and then I put them face to face like that, and then I spray them over the outsides with wood ash. You've seen me do that on some of my clips. And I like that sort of natural, toasty wood ash finish. Now these, even in the glaze firing, can be stacked upon each other, even up to, you know, some considerable height. Probably, I could probably pack that in the glaze firing like that, you see, to that kind of height. I don't usually do them as high as that. I might do them, but then if you've got another stack of these, you see, you could put one like that. You see, and then you could put another one in there like that, you see. So you've got the space saving, packing more into the kiln in that way. But you always got to bear in mind, you've always got to bear in mind there's like a compromise between trying to cram your kiln with too many pots at the expense of quality, especially if you are, you know, like doing a reduction firing with gas, or any kind of reduction firing where you have to think of the flame aerodynamics of the flames passing through and around the work, you see. If you've got everything really tight, you're not going to get that flow of gases, flames, etc. through the work, and you might sacrifice quality. So always bear that in mind. Okay, folks. Well, that's it. Welcome to my workshop. We have we have workshops going on here. If you go to my website, simonleachpottery.com, and there you will see, if you go to the workshops page, you'll see dates. So pick a date and come along. Well, there's quite a few vacant spots, and In fact, some of the dates there, we don't have anybody on any of the workshops. So I try to get a minimum of 2 people. These workshops are only for 5 people. I can't take more than 5 people in here. I've got 5 electric wheels, and then if anybody wants to, they can also try treadle wheel. And as I said before, I think in my last clip, if you think that you're a beginner and you think, oh, I couldn't possibly attend one of those workshops because everybody's going to be so much more advanced than me, please do not think that. Please do not think that. Yes, because I like teaching people who are beginners, raw beginners, all the better. So if you feel that you're a beginner, then actually this is just the right workshop for you. So, and maybe even if you're not a beginner, maybe you're more advanced, you will also learn quite a few things, I'm sure. Okay folks, well, good to be with you again, and thanks for checking in here on my channel, and I'm being glad to show you some of the things that we've been doing here and the progress that we've made, and I've just about got it now up and running, and a few more things to do, but for the most part all done. So hey, keep practicing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.